I'm back. Give you a little spiel on maybe what's making me so depressed. Like I say, this whole anarchy thing, it's been about a 2.5 year thing where I've been building websites, spent thousands of dollars, and have gotten nowhere. Very few conversations, no internet interactivity with very few people that actually email me and want to have a discussion. Nobody puts up anything on the discussion board. It seems to be a subject people are not interested in, or they're avoiding for whatever reason. Getting very depressed. I can't figure out a way, because I do have 6 websites. I have anarchyforever.com, antipussytrap.com, basically an escort website, and hitmanforever.com, which promises to be video surveillance, but which could be in the future when we make it legal, a way for hitmen to actually go after a certain element that commits crimes and proactively shoot somebody that's about ready to, that does present imminent danger to someone else by brandishing a gun or some other lethal instrument, which in theory is actually legal right now. But the e-release and these other press release services will have nothing to do with it. It's the kind of thing where they want Alice in Wonderland and type material. It's got to be in a day and age of wusses. It's got to be something innocent enough which can't inspire illegal activity, even though in theory it doesn't, because it doesn't condone cameras on the internet that have guns that can shoot people. But potentially that's where it may lead as a warning sometime in the future, and they still will not let me place a press release. So I asked for my money back. I'll probably come up with something more innocent that only smacks of camera surveillance without the guns, and go to some other press release service, which I'm about ready to do now, and just keep trying. And then when people come to the website, they know, inevitably what happens is there will be guaranteed vigilantism and anarchism. It's inevitable. Even if a guy like me vaporizes right now, other people will think of the same idea. For the most part, they already have. They're not afraid of the consequences, because if they try to make this illegal, they say I'm aiding and abetting a crime. Well, according to the ACLU, I can do that, and according to the Orange County Sheriff's Department, I can do that. But then again, you might get some lackluster dumbass of a DA, because DA stands for dumbass, that will try to prosecute anyway for aiding and abetting a crime. So we'll have to see where this goes, because all that does, I say, great, it means I get free publicity, and the media will be forced to report something they don't want to report, something that leads to anarchy with chaos, that leads to anarchy with peace in the long run. And the media doesn't want peace. They want big government because of a high misery index, a high poverty rate, therefore a high crime rate. There's nothing more evil than the media, even worse than the state. So I'm really struggling right now at finding a life. I cannot get a life. I can only get a death. So I just don't have anyone who can identify with this cause at this point. So if you have ideas, let me know. If not, I'm just going to continue doing my usual thing until eventually I go viral doing the unthinkable, and I won't say what that is right now. But if they try to nail me for threats, great. I like to be nailed for threats because, again, either way, it's free publicity, and the media will be forced to report it. Somehow it goes viral. I just don't care any longer. I've had a very bad life, and even though I have a great mind in a matter of speaking, it's the kind of thing, where many good, peaceful ideas as well. The fact of the matter is, I just can't win for losing, no matter what I do. All I do is I just seem to suffer, and like Abraham Lincoln and Michael Jordan, you heard about what they did. Michael Jordan with those 20,000 missed shots, and Abraham Lincoln, like me, very tragic life, nothing but failure until he got elected to the Senate from Illinois, became our best president. I try to use that as a reason to live, but I'm back again on these suicide websites and suicide hotline websites, where all they do is ask me if I'm taking medication, and the medication is actually making me worse, not better, because they're all brainwashed. So eventually I'm going to have to find a way to die. I don't care what it takes. So hopefully one of you will try to kill me if you think maybe I'm this predecessor to Christ that has to be killed, or else potentially turning people against each other means we exist no more. There's an element of crazy out there, even crazier than me, that will probably do what he can to put me out of my suffering. I wish him the best of luck. Okay, as far as the news is concerned, Salah Abdeslam, however the hell you pronounce that, suspect in Paris attacks is captured in Brussels. Because remember, there was another attack in Brussels, and the theory was they moved on to a different target, and they finally caught the ringleader, this guy. And what's been a 4-month search since November 13th, the attacks in Paris. So that's good if we can believe the authorities that he is the ringleader, because you don't know what to believe. He might be a fall guy. European Union once again on the Turkey migration problem with the many people they've got a terrorism problem because they're in a civil war right now where the Kurds want to go their separate direction. The Kurds are mostly to the east, but then they have a migrant problem where they want to crack down on migrants. So the European Union is trying to seal a deal to return the migrants, but is it legal or doable? It says Brussels. Also in Brussels, the European Union sealed a controversial deal with Turkey on Friday, intended to halt illegal migration flows to Europe in return for financial and political rewards for Ankara. So the Turks just don't want money. Like, in order to allow us to bomb Iraq, they want something like $20 billion out of us because we had air bases that the United States does in Turkey. So they just want, it's all about money. Why even give them any? I don't know. They're on their own. Adam LaRoche says White Sox had agreement, cites rift with Ken Williams for departure. Adam LaRoche said he and the Chicago White Sox had an agreement that his son could be around the team at his discretion, and blamed his retirement solely on a rift with Executive Vice President Ken Williams. So check out that story. That's a sports story that made it in the top news list of items. Supreme Court nominee Merrick Garland has tutored these D.C. school kids for years. Vernal Garvin wasn't surprised that Barack Obama tapped Merrick Garland to sit on the U.S. Supreme Court. She already knew the judge was among the smartest people in the country. So that's someone that the Republicans are threatening to say, no, we're going to wait till the possibility of a Republican president nominated in January 20th, because they want someone who's just as conservative as Antonin Scalia. Otherwise, there's the possibility of many 5-4 votes in favor of anti-constitutionalism and liberalism. That's what they fear. But there are some of the more liberal Republicans like Orrin Hatch that don't see a problem. So this is going to be an interesting controversy where it's not country. It's all about politics. It has nothing to do with the law. Like I said, the law blows in the wind. It's all about politics. That's what all their decisions are based on. Speaking of politics, first woman nominated to lead U.S. Combatant Command, General Lori J. Robinson, in Singapore in February, has been selected to lead all military forces in North America. Credit U.S. Air Force Reuters. Okay, so that's an interesting story. Defiant North Korea fires ballistic missile into sea. Japan protests. Seoul, North Korea fired 2 ballistic missiles on Friday, one of which flew about 800 kilometers, 500 miles, while the other exploded shortly after launch, U.S. says. So don't pay taxes, and Kim Jong-un gets no money for missiles. It's just that simple. They can't produce anything in North Korea anyway. Suggested for you news: Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg goes running in hazardous Beijing smog. It's no secret that Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg wants the social media firm to be able to operate in China, and that he frequently courts both the Chinese government and the people, whether he's speaking in Mandarin at Tsinghua University. So evidently he was there, but it's going to be a long time. You need the Chinese people to revolt before they will have more access to the internet. But a lot of it has to do with the fact that technology catches up in such a way where more Chinese have higher bandwidth connections and greater number. They can overwhelm the enforceability, what China can do by law.